Hey everyone, I'm Joel Green and welcome to Curiosity Quest, the show that explores what you, the viewer, are curious about. Now today, our quest letter came to us from Sunnymead, California. Mahal wrote, "Dear Joel, I always want to know, how do they make furniture?" Well, Mahal, because of you, we're out here in the city of Commerce in Southern California, home to Pacific Hospitality Design. We're going to learn how they make their creative brand of furniture. So let's begin today's Curiosity Quest. We're inside Pacific Hospitality Design. I'm here with Anna. Anna, first of all, tell us, how long have you guys been in business?
Well, we've been in business since 1979.
Oh my goodness.
So almost 40 years. I'm not too good at math, but close to 40 years.
That's wow.
Yes.
And have you been here since the beginning?
Pretty much. Like, I was born in the factory, I'm pretty sure. I would say, yeah, pretty much like that. I mean, I have photos of me being in the factory with my parents since I was a little kid. So I've been here all this time, and my summer vacations was working at the factory. So I feel like I've been here longer than the 20 years that I've really been working for Pacific Hospitality.
So this is family owned and run, and it has been since day one, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
My dad established the company back when in 1979, and then I joined them sometime in 1997, like full time.
Give us a little background, like what type of furniture do you make? Who do you make them for?
Okay, well, we're a full custom furniture manufacturing company, and we make all kinds of furniture that are made out of wood, metal, fully upholstered, combination of the materials, and I would say all types of furniture, like seating, bedding, accent pieces like coffee tables, side tables, that sort of thing. So anything that you think of a piece of furniture, we can make it. So I like to say that we're only limited to your imagination, but we don't sell to the end consumer. So we're more to the trade.
But if I owned a restaurant and I said, I need benches and tables and chairs,
yes,
that would be your customer.
Absolutely.
Okay. All of your furniture is custom.
Yes.
And what does that exactly mean?
That means that it all starts from image, like an idea, an inspiration, and then it sort of develops from there. And it's I wouldn't say not one of a kind, but it is a one of a kind to our customer, that product that we're manufacturing for them. So whether it's the color or the shape or the size, like it's tailored and it's manufactured specifically for that customer that has placed the order with us.
Where are your customers located throughout the US or the world?
So all over the country we have customers, primarily a lot in Las Vegas, Colorado, Texas. So we're more focused on the West Coast, but we have shipped across country all the way up to Florida. How
does it all begin? I'm looking at all the books that are behind us here. How does it all begin? If somebody comes in here and says, I want to do this, how do you start?
Okay, well, we have like two different ways of doing the furniture manufacturing. So it could either start where a customer already knows exactly what they're looking for and they're just looking for someone to manufacture it. So they would provide us already the design, so to speak. But then we have the other customer that doesn't know necessarily what they're looking for. So they come to us and they'll just say, I have a restaurant and I'm looking for chairs or booths. So then that's where we come and help and put together some ideas for them. So we'll get an inspiration and start collaborating with the customer. We'll get imagery. Then from that imagery, then we'll develop the concept and do some renderings and drawings.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact.
Did you know that the average lifespan of a sofa is roughly 8 years?
What are some of the things we have back here?
So these are just, so when I come up with the idea, then we have this library here that we pull out either fabrics or colors or textures or metals, materials, you know, so, because like I said, we can do furniture we're making things from scratch. So any element that's either wood, metal, fabric, you can use. So I like to come here and then just pull out things that, again, that will inspire me, whether it's a texture or a pattern or just the material itself.
Yeah.
So these are just metal pieces that, just kind of like we're looking at possibly have these designed and cut out type of thing.
This is like
yeah, so these are
materials
leathers.
and material. Okay.
So just that, this kind of has like a texture of like a terry cloth towel.
Yeah.
So for like a piratey theme, something that's kind of like beachy looking, like that could be sort of used. Natural woods, that you can use that again can kind of, just communicate that thought process or that element of water, sand, other things that also come about when you think of pirates.
How do you get it from out of your head and inspired through these pictures to actually a product? Like, how does it become all this come together?
So like I will, for instance, on this particular piece, there's like a treasure chest, I always think of like pirates, have a treasure chest.
Yeah.
So then I would love to maybe come up with like a coffee table that sort of has a treasure chest sort of look, but then maybe it's a little more refined because someone in their home are not necessarily going to put a treasure chest in their living room, right?
You'd be surprised. I don't know.
And then so what we would do is we will sketch, or in this case we have a whole draftsman team that we have here at our factory that creates all these drawings. So, and they would be, I would communicate just like I'm telling you, okay, this is sort of what I'm thinking. I want a coffee table. I would have probably provided a sketch with this.
So you would hand draw it out?
Furniture is usually the third most expensive item a person will buy in their lifetime, after a house and a car.
Once everything is designed and you have everything on the computer and you're ready to start manufacturing, what's the first step to making furniture? What's the first step in making furniture?
Getting wood.
Getting wood. And getting the supplies. You have to get the items.
Carving out the first piece. Getting the tools that you need and the supplies.
Creating what it'll look like.
The inside, or the outer layer, just like the outline of it, so to get the basic idea of it.
The design. Because if you have a horrible design, nobody's gonna buy it.
You have to get all of the things you need and actually know what you're doing.
What is the room we're in right now?
So this is our production area in the factory, and this is our wood department. So this is basically where the actual structure or bones of the furniture are made.
So you've taken this design out of your head and you've put it on paper basically at this point, right?
Yes.
Did you create all this, the draftsman workup, or did somebody else do that?
Somebody else does that for me. I mean, I wish I had the time to do that, but
Sure.
I mean, would never finish. But no, we have a team that dedicate themselves to do all the draftsman work, which is the CADs and the shop drawings with all the detailed information. That includes like dimensions overall, as well as like any little detail within the leg or the arm or a scalloped or pretty much everything that's going to be built, whether it's from the frame, the upholstery, little buttons, welts, all of that is in this paperwork here.
So let's talk about your designs. What are we actually creating today? What are they going to be making?
So we're going to be creating some furniture pieces that we are doing as an inspiration for like Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean type of movie.
Oh, okay.
We got inspired by that and decided to create just a little collection that encompasses things that when you see the movie, like, oh, this is sort of related to that.
Sure.
So that's one of the pieces that, we'll show you more or less how they're done. And so here what we would do is after the drawing is done, then we give it to our carpenter. What he's doing right now, he's tracing. So this is, we create a template out of either cardboard or wood, or plywood, I should say. And then they trace the lumber and fit all these. And then this will be cut either in the bandsaw or Yeah, some others. So even look
Oh
at
wow,
this
you
one.
did some little pieces right
So
here
these
too.
are like little tiny ones
Yeah,
that.
and this is all part of the design that's
Yes.
right here.
So it's either
This is a lot
like
of
the
them.
corner blocking or the guts of the chair, pretty much the bone structure of it. That
The stuff we'll never see pretty
No,
much, right?
no.
Okay.
That's kind of what the process is. So all of our structures, our interior structures, all alder, but it's a solid wood and it's a hardwood. So you want all your frames to be hardwood because they'll last much longer too.
I just, for some reason, I thought it was gonna be really heavy.
Well, yeah, but this is just one piece.
Well, I mean, but still, this
Right.
is, yeah.
So imagine now you're gonna assemble this frame and, create, for instance, I'll show you actually, I'll bring a frame.
Okay. Oh, we hit, wow.
So this is kind of like all the
Oh,
little
nice.
pieces.
Yeah, okay.
So you can see they're all individually cut and then they form the shape of the chair, whatever that shape is.
Yeah.
This one has a round front, it has a little cutout here, and all this will be covered in fabric. You'll never see it.
So is it
the
being
furniture.
glued
Yes.
and screwed together?
It's
or a
glued
mixture?
and it's screwed, so this
Yeah.
will last for, a long, long time.
All right, so now that you have the frame, what would you do next to it?
So then the next step would be, if the furniture piece has exposed wood, then that would be stained.
Oh.
And if it, maybe this chair might have an exposed base, like whether it's the legs or arms or that sort of thing. So those pieces are being stained at the same time that this is being made. And then from
Okay.
here, this particular piece would go into upholstery.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact.
The oldest known chairs were ceremonial furniture from ancient Egypt over 5,000 years ago.
So these chairs right here look totally different than what you showed me over there.
Right. And the reason for that is because these are actually an exposed wood frame. So what that means is that these are going to be stained, and all that you see here you will see. So it's not going to be covered in fabric. So it'll be stained in some wood stain, whether, I don't know really the wood finish, but I think a wood stain. And then you do see these little screw holes here, but that's because we're going to probably attach a cushion. So it'll have like a semi-attached cushion where it looks almost loose, but it's really
Sure.
attached.
These are really heavy chairs.
They are, and this is because they're made out of oak and they're all solid wood. So there's no plywood. This is all solid, and it's unfinished state before it's actually, made this way or cut in the shape, and then it's sanded, so it has more of a refined look. And it has to be sanded before being stained. And this still probably needs a couple more hands of sanding.
So when I was looking at these top pieces, I was wondering, is this one solid piece, but it looks like I'm seeing
Yeah, they're actually, the solid wood, the way you do it is you joint different pieces of lumber, and then
Okay.
it becomes a block of wood, and then that's traced like what we saw with the tracing pattern.
Yeah.
So then this piece of wood here could be probably maybe 2 different planks of wood.
If you were to make furniture, what type of furniture would you create?
A tabletop desk that might have a sewing machine in it.
A couch.
Narwhal couch.
Like chairs or something.
I would make a bed.
Little tables and chairs.
A comfy and really long couch.
Couches are nice because they're comfortable, so making my own couch would be pretty cool. Like add little details and stuff.
A comfortable couch.
Sofas, because they can be super comfortable if you actually make it right.
So we're back in the upholstery department.
Yes, this is basically where we cut the fabric that's being used for the furniture that we're going to be making.
Where will these chairs or these pieces end up going?
These will end up going to a restaurant, I believe, for this actual project.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're for a restaurant that we're working on. So
Okay.
this is a welt, and this is, we call it a band, but it's really the perimeter that goes around the top of the seat.
So each band, is it for one chair?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh my goodness, that's a long.
Yes, it is,
That's a
because
long band.
it's the whole perimeter of this. So
Oh,
if we
so
went
it's-
around it,
Oh, there we go. Okay,
you would have like just barely enough,
I got you. Okay. There we
maybe a
go.
little waist.
A little
but-
bit of, okay.
Yeah, and that's
Wow.
probably because it's the length of the fabric. So this is actually, we call it a welt. So these are little, and I'll show you in the upholstery like what this looks like.
Okay.
But it's basically fabric, actually I can show you here.
Oh, all right.
It's fabric that is cut in strips.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's sewn, and it has this kind of like cylindrical shape And this is what either goes on the outside of a cushion to kind of like finish it off or trim it, or where the upholstery meets the wood or the upholstery meets the upholstery is what covers the staples.
Ah, I guess.
So it's a functional piece.
This is when I
Not
started
just-
thinking, I can't believe how many little things go into
Yes.
something that we take for granted. We sit on every day, you know?
Right, and don't really know exactly what it is. And it looks like more like a design detail, which it can be, but it's also a functional piece of furniture making.
When it comes to furniture, what is the welt?
The seat.
What water gets on, and like it makes it crusty.
I think it's welding the pieces on together. The cushion. A couch.
Like a hole.
You know, it's weird because you see these all the time. You even see them on the end of beds, like they're on the wrapped around the end of beds.
Yes.
I always wondered what was in the middle of this. So what is this?
It could either be plastic or it could be cotton
Okay.
as well.
I'm trying to pull it out. It's probably not
you
a good
can pull
idea.
it out.
Well, I don't want to mess up her.
Oh,
her
actually,
design.
here.
Oh, there it is. There it is right there.
So
Cool.
this is actually this is the
Oh.
cotton one. So
There we
see how
go.
it's wrapped? It's either cotton. Sometimes it's paper too, like shoelace.
Yeah.
Almost,
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
round
Very
shoelace.
thick. Yeah, very
Yeah.
thick.
Here is what it looks
Wow.
like when it's actually sewn around. So this will be a cushion that I'm thinking is going to be attached, upholstered to the frame.
Okay.
So it'll have a foam underneath, and then this will wrap, and that's what it's to hide not only the staples but seams also.
So this is in the this right here is basically stuck in the middle of this
Yes.
right here. Now, how will this attach? How will the bottom part attach?
I would think just by seeing this, I don't think it's an actual loose cushion. It's going to be a attached cushion.
Like
so this would
stapled or-
be stapled
okay.
to the frame, and then the foam as well. So that'll become a seat. This is actually a faux leather,
A faux
which
leather.
is or plastic leather they call
Okay.
it. So it's just fake leather.
Fake leather.
Yeah. Nowadays, I mean, it's amazing. They make them look like leather, so you don't have to spend the amount of money of leather. And then also leather, especially in commercial projects or applications, they don't really last that long. So
Oh.
that's why you want a vinyl, because they're more commercially inclined. So she has the top piece,
Oh yeah.
which
Okay.
is that, and then this is, we call it a band. So that's what's on the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw the welt. So
And then the
yeah.
welt. So you put basically all these. It's like a
Yes,
puzzle.
It's like a puzzle, exactly.
So now what's he doing right here?
So now we're in the upholstery department.
Mm-hmm.
So he's now finishing those cushions that we saw being cut and sewn. So he's actually finishing this cushion here, and as soon as he finishes it, we'll flip it over so you can see where the welt and all those components.
So you're just stapling on this black piece on the bottom.
Yes. So there's foam inside, and then this is just to finish the piece so you don't see the frame from the bottom.
Okay.
But this would kind of go on the chair.
Okay.
No, así está bien.
Wow.
So-
It looks like. I mean, it looks like perfect.
Yeah. So here you can see, here's the welt
Yeah.
that we're talking about. Here's that band piece, and then here's the top portion.
It's great. Again, you just take for granted that it's at least all this furniture is made by hand. Like each piece of these are made by hand.
So this is another cushion for a chair, but it's more of a loose cushion.
Yeah.
So that's why it has a top and a bottom versus just the top. And he's just stuffing it. And then that'll go into the chair. This is a chair that has a fully upholstered frame
Okay.
and an exposed wood base.
Oh, I thought this was metal. This is wood.
It's wood.
Okay.
So these are already stained, and then now he's just upholstering the frame.
That's even a wood piece right there.
Yes.
They're round wood pieces.
And this is called a stretcher.
oh, stretcher.
So,
Okay.
And this just gives it stability.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact.
In early history, chairs or thrones were generally used for a higher society. Those with less caliber often sat on stools.
We talked earlier about this being
The weak point.
the weakest point. So when you have a single piece on the back right here, is it really important to get this strength? You know, this part
Yes.
really strong.
So like in this case with this chair, this has to be sturdy enough, and the connection needs to be well connected so it doesn't break, but also the arms are giving him the support here.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily, will weaken as much because the arms are helping that portion.
Can I just look under the bottom if that's
Yeah.
okay?
Absolutely.
Wow. So will this remain exposed?
No, that'll be covered, so you wouldn't see that, and that's called webbing.
Oh, okay.
And it's just
wow.
elastic, so that gives
yeah.
it a give when you sit, and then you have that foam, so it'll have a nice bounce back.
This is what he's putting in right now, right?
Yeah, so this is a good example of how it actually is applied. So it is an elastic webbing, so it has elasticity.
That's really cool.
And the way they apply it is in a weave.
Oh yeah, he's like weaving it through.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's woven, so then that gives it a nice bounce. They stretch it to where it has a nice, really nice, good stretch.
That is a. You don't want to leave any give in there, huh? Let's do a quick count here. All right, ready, guys? We're gonna count. How many staples does he put in? Huh? Enough. Enough staples. Okay, I apologize for that.
No worries.
So it depends on the type of function the furniture is being used for.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of staples.
It is a lot of staples.
And what's going on right here?
Okay, so then this is now a banquette.
Oh, this is the banquette.
Yes, so this is the back of a banquette that they're working on, and they're adding buttons to it.
So, well, this is like the back seating in a restaurant, right?
Yes.
So you sit on the bench part and then you lean up against
Correct.
this part. This looks like it's very detailed work.
Yes.
So let's walk around over here, and I want to focus on that piece right there because we can see. Oh my goodness! Look at all those holes on that. Wow! And they're hand doing this, each one, and then it's going to end up looking when they put
Like
the fabric
that.
on like this.
Yes, that's right.
This is crazy, and there's like rope. I don't know if they're rope pieces, but
So they're basically what it is. It's this. It's a big piece of fabric that goes, and then it's got all this sewn in the back.
Whoa!
And then when this is applied, then this is pulled from the back.
From the back, and then
it
it's
creates that
looks like
little-
it's stapled on the back
Yes.
side. All these pieces right here, they all look different. Are they all going to the same place?
They're actually the same project, so that's why
Oh.
they're different, but they're similar colors, as you can tell.
Sure.
So the scheme's kind of similar, and basically here what we do is we QC them, so
Okay.
quality control.
Should I
So
be part
we'll
of that
kind of like,
process? Can I
yeah,
take-
you can sit and try it out.
Where will this stuff be going?
To San Francisco area.
Okay.
Forget exactly what, but it's actually an assisted living property.
Oh,
also.
okay. Now, what is this right here? Is this the furniture you were like talking to me about earlier?
Yes, yes, it is.
Like your pirate-inspired furniture?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. So this is it was like a treasure chest you were telling me, right?
Yes, so this is basically that furniture we were talking about, how you can develop furniture based on inspiration. You know, as a furniture designer, I feel like I just don't design any kind of furniture.
Sure.
So it has to be fun and
Oh my goodness.
come up from some imagination. So this is like your treasure chest,
Sure.
but it's sort of inspired me
So is
to
there
do
any
a coffee table.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So it opens up just like a treasure chest.
Oh my
And you can
goodness.
put and store things like blankets and, you know, knickknacks or pillows and that sort of thing.
Wow, look at the metal work right there.
And the legs they're metal and they were inspired by coral.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a coral reef pattern. The wood was burlayed or burnt
This
with
is
a torch.
You like took a torch to
Yes.
this?
And this was just to age
my
it and give
gosh.
it kind of like that old aged feel, like it's been here for like centuries.
Now I would imagine, so I see on this wood right here, there's like these little holes. Is that to look like, you did that on purpose, right?
Yes, so these are little nails that we actually use to assemble the coffee table, but I wanted them to be visible.
Okay.
Because I think in a treasure chest, you didn't really, you know, you had all these little holes and little details and distressing. So I wanted it to be part of the design.
Wow, that
and
is
not hide
so
that.
cool. Oh, look at oh my gosh, what is the back of this chair here?
So this is a fishnet.
Oh, nice.
So again, it's like
Wow.
the inspiration of the fishermen, the people that were, you know, on boats and kind of had that. So it's like, how do you apply those things? And, you know, in this case, we figured it'd be nice. I mean, you wouldn't want to use this on where your skin is like touching it because it's a little rough.
Sure.
But it could totally be used on the outside since this is more of an aesthetic versus like functional. and then it rotates.
I like this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now, did you make these for something or just inspiration?
Just inspiration. So again, you know, things that are trending out there, things that are happening, and then from there we just sort of become inspired, and then we'll create a collection that encompasses those elements of the ocean being blue, the sand, so that's why you see kind of like sandy colors on the textiles and the fabrics. And this actually, it's kind of unique because this is an outdoor rug that I just used as a fabric.
Oh my goodness.
So it'd be more sturdier, but then it has that texture, like sand feel almost.
So there's like, this is not an accident. I mean, this is very methodical.
Yes.
What would you say to kids or adults or young adults out there that your imagination can take you?
It can take you anywhere. I mean, just, you know, I think your imagination is limitless and you can pretty much do anything you can think of.
Proof.
Yes.
Proof. Look at this. Well, I want to thank Anna and everyone out here at Pacific Hospitality's Design, and I especially want to thank you, Mahal, for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest. Now, if there's something that you're curious about, let me hear from you. Go to curiosityquest.org, click on the Send Us on a Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And who knows, it could be you that sent us on our next great adventure using your imagination. Now remember, every great adventure begins with just one person's curiosity. So I wonder, what are you curious about? I'm Joel Green, and I'll see you next time. This is awfully comfy.
We've had our furniture fallen from a truck, actually, which is not a good thing, but the piece was not damaged or anything. We're like, oh, we've tested it. So, yeah.
How do you test furniture?
Years ago.
Toss it off the back of? No, don't do that.
Exactly. No.